hate putting Mary Kelly on the back burner while she continues to destroy lives with those microchips, but for now, we've no choice.
Then perhaps it's time to have a closer look at the elephant in the room. 9-billionaire warmonger and current CEO of our local horde of thugs, Albion.
Profited most gap in Cass's armor. An ex-insider, ex-friend with an axe to grind. He'd be an asset if we can find and convince him to work with us. Come to the safe house. We'll talk it through.
Right, let's talk about Albion PMC, the only British organisation to successfully oppress more of the developing world than the British government. Led by Nigel Cass, a man the partisan media calls a charismatic visionary, and Amnesty International calls a war criminal. Albion was given the key to the city to re-establish order following the bombings.
Which is very suspicious.
It is. So that's 2 reasons why we need to find an angle on Cass.
We've found one. His name, Hamish Balaji. Born in London, Balaji was a recipient of the Cass Foundation Technical Scholarship at 14, which included a mentorship with Cass himself. At 16, Balaji designed Cass's first drone fleet. Fun fact, Cass delayed the launch by a week so it would land on Balaji's birthday.
Cass sounds like Balaji's second dad. Why would he help us?
They had a falling out after an incident in the Niger Delta 3 years ago. A buried human rights investigation accuses Cass of ordering a drone fleet to wipe out a village protesting the construction of a pipeline, but the drones malfunctioned before they could. Balaji is named as the likely saboteur. He's been on the run ever since, but now tracking data shows he's reappeared in London.
Shit, he's looking for redemption like with the protesters. This guy designed Cass's drone fleet. I think he's trying to disarm Albion.
He covers his tracks well, but that's a good guess. Unfortunately, according to this Albion intelligence report intercepted by our friend Caitlin Lau, Cass knows Balaji's in London as well. So, that's the op. Make contact with Balaji before Albion finds him. Then convince him we have a mutual enemy in Cass.
So this guy's our best chance to stop Albion and clear our names. And the largest private army on Earth wants him dead. No pressure.
It took some doing, but I've narrowed down the area where we're most likely to find Hamish Balaji. As to your optic. Balaji has been snooping into Albion's affairs. Quietly, of course, but I've been able to determine that most of his activity stems from this area.
Okay, let's get introduced.
Not so fast. Hamish isn't in, according to his home security. And before you get ideas, he's rigged his front door to a series of traps designed to delete all of his data and then your life. Not necessarily in that order.
Bruv is paranoid as.
To be fair, you are an armed insurgent trying to break into his flat. Anyway, you should be able to connect to the local grid and use security cameras to disarm his traps.
Right, got it.
Standard quadrant search. I have this one.
I'm honestly kind of impressed with just how many traps he's got set up in here.
You could force the traps to unlock by rewiring the power.
I'm on it.
Welcome to Clare and Present Danger, and welcome to Fascist London. Don't let that boot on the back of your neck disturb you. In time, you'll barely feel it. We have to wake up people. If there was a playbook for setting up a totalitarian police state, Albion would be most of the way through it and working on the epilogue. They certainly took advantage of the fallout from the bombings, didn't they? Preyed on the fears of the city government, too. They were only too happy to hand Nigel Cass the keys to the city. Wash their hands to the whole mess. The collar will only get tighter now, friends, unless we do something. We can't wait for someone else to fight back. We are the change.
The traps are disarmed. Now, if you go through the front door of the flat, it's much less likely you'll be killed.
Move one more muscle, Chief, and I'll blow the whole place with you in it.
Okay, let's calm down and talk.
Who the fuck are you? And what are you doing in my flat? You with Albion?
Albion doesn't take resistance fighters.
What, DedSec? Yeah, right, and I'm Che Guevara. You done?
Wait, stop! Albion knows your location. You have to run. Now!
Fuck me. You're telling the truth, aren't you? Fucking hell, thought I was careful. Fucking idiot, Amish! Look, Cass is worse than you know.
Yes, we already know this. Come on, why else would I come here otherwise?
Maybe, because Nigel Cass is paying you. That's how fucking mercs work.
Listen, we want your help. Cass is no friend of ours. He tried to end us and he had a hand in the bombings.
Mate, you don't know shit. You have no idea what Cass is and what...
Move!
Fuck! An Albion squad's closing in on you. I guess you weren't lying about that part. Fuck, think. Shit, fine. You table it. I'll buy you some time. Just go. No!
Move it!
Shit!
Don't just stand there. Albion won't be fussy about who they shoot.
Approaching with caution, over. We're on
Control, I can't see the suspect. Please advise.
Drones are on their way to the suspect.
In pursuit. I repeat, we are in pursuit.
Terminating the search. Control. Put out an ep8.
I think all that excitement convinced our new friend Hamish that we need to work together to tackle Cass. He's willing to cooperate.
Where, you know? You work around them or you squash them. Sorry, Chief. I gotta switch proxy servers so they don't trace me. I'll hit you right back on voice. Listen, I've got an inside man, right? A contact in Albion. Says Nigel's got this big meeting happening at White Tower. He'll be talking about a major project he's got planned for London.
What we need is an insider on the team.
I've always wanted to be in on a caper. Okay, first things first. We'll need eyes on the impregnable target, so off you go. I'll crack on with assembling the right personnel to round out this ragtag bunch of misfits.
Ah, shit. Albion cyber security sniffing my proxy IP. Must have traced the detonator signal. I've got to deal with this.
Huh? Security's top-notch at Tower, London. How the Ross we getting in?
I like to help, fam, but Nigel's caught a whiff now. With all the CTOS cameras, it'd take him less than 5 to ID me. I ain't risking my pretty face.
We need an Albion insider for our caper, one who's willing to turn coat. I've reached out to a contact who works in a nearby pub. Where better to find a bleakly disillusioned anti-hero numbing their conscience with drink, but secretly desperate for redemption. I've let our contact know what we're in the market for, and she's nearby.
Fuck, I didn't break something. Shit! You're gonna need one of them solicitors from the telly.
Yo.
You lot certainly know how to pick your targets. You do know that Albion have set up their headquarters in there, right?
We don't really have a choice, do we? Whatever Nigel Cass is planning can't be good for the city or for us. We need to shut down his new project before it's unveiled. This sort of thing is exactly why we joined DedSec, isn't it?
Fucking Nigel Cass. You're right. Nothing good can come of this. Luckily, I hear loads of sob stories working in a pub. And near this place, quite a few from Albion are dissatisfied with the status quo. You turn on the charm, and I'm sure you can get one to join the good guys. Even got a candidate in mind.
Interesting. Send on their details now.
I'll have Bagley push it along. Good luck, love.
We have an Albion operative on our roster. We should let them know they're needed.
I'm happy another person has woken up and wants to do the right thing.
Oh, yes. I'm ready, willing, and able to serve.
Fantastic.
Nigel Cass's meeting will begin soon. Approach.
No, please.
If we're lucky, word hasn't spread that you've hung up your jackboots. Just try to put on your meek, harmless, broken by the system face. Oh, and don't forget your uniform.
All right. Back to my day job.
Looking sharp. Your ex-colleagues won't pay any attention to you unless you let them take a close look.
Again?
A word of caution now we're inside. Any disturbance in here and Nigel Cass will surely cancel his meeting. Former colleagues, or this operation is a bust.
Keep your eyes open. They could be anywhere.
Nigel won't have anything important on this floor.
You Cass expert, you. You seen his puller profile or something?
Yeah. I was Albion too, if you hadn't twigged to that. Me and Cass were close once. Looked up to him. He was bigger than life, fam. Literally a tech genius.
Make certain aspects about shit for brain. Must be nearby. Bastards.
Intruder alert! Intruder alert!
This new project the director's presenting upstairs.
Let's find them. Straight away.
Way to see it roll out. This is going to make our jobs that much easier and safer.
Everything is proceeding on schedule. You don't think it's going to make sense down boots before Carl speaks about job done?
There's so much you can do with this.
Collaborate. Together, we will.
Is to make a delicious jerk.
Delicious. Whatever. Just runs up conspiracy truths and propagates them for all the crazies to follow and call them more trouble. Say what you want about them. They're doing their job, right? Bloody great show. God, the energy. There was a specific person in there who was transfixed.
Hold. Let's regroup.
I forgot to ask the band's name. Romantic. What's a blasted romantic situation?
I heard someone saying dead sick.
They better not.
This door clearly requires a security pass.
Wonderful.
Use one of the nearby computers to create your forgery.
Be careful. You don't want to know what Nigel does with trespassers.
Spaceships come and fuck us all over.
You been up there lately? There are some parts of the city that need a good working order with some heavy boots. You understand?
Yeah, I know.
Never seen this one.
There's always
Sure, but I thought we'd taken care of them long ago.
You mean dead sick? I've heard some
Understood.
talk on the street that they
All
make
clear here.
fucking operations.
I'm not sure. Some rumbling there. Signs that we're moving something.
It'll take some time for the forgery to be ready. To keep you occupied, I dragged up still images and a recording from an internal investigation into Cass Sr.'s death.
Let's see it.
Internal Psych Assessment AS001 Subject Cass Nigel. Mr. Cass experienced a deeply traumatic event when he witnessed the murder of his father, Gareth Cass, CEO of Albion. He began exhibiting symptoms soon after what he frequently described as the random event. Mr. Cass's initial symptoms included insomnia, paranoia, distorted blame, and recurring flashbacks. However, he appears to have channeled his anger and self-described powerlessness into his work to ensure that Albion become, quote, a mechanism for preventing unpredictable violence. It seems somewhat of a mania, edging on psychosis. For me, this raises concerns about Mr. Cass's fitness to run a multinational security company. But I cannot, at this time, make any recommendation beyond continued monitoring, especially considering that I have been asked to close this file.
Oh my. I'm not one to make light of one's mental health, but Cass clearly has issues. And he's been put in charge of keeping London safe.
Yeah, well, Nigel's never close to anyone but his dad. And me, I guess. Never had much faith in people, really.
Well, the pass is ready, but rough. If this resistance thing doesn't work out, I doubt you'll make a living as a document forger. Let's give it a go anyway. Nigel Cass awaits.
I'm sure even everything I ever thought needed to be said.
And their costumes are...
How's it going? Seems a bit tense.
are you getting on with those metrics? The deadline is coming up quickly. It wouldn't do to miss it. He's presenting to the stakeholders right now.
I know, but if I mess this up, then the whole project is delayed.
Welcome to Project Themis. Our new autonomous drones. These drones can identify, isolate, and terminate threats before they can do harm. They can go anywhere, see everything. They could kill a man alone in an alley or in a crowd of hundreds with perfect precision. Themis drones can do what humans have always struggled to. Act immediately and decisively. Without your support, I couldn't stand here and tell you, I promise you, that with the launch of Project Themis, London will be the first city in the world to be made truly safe.
Mr. Cass, I was hoping you'd called us all in here today to discuss the ethical issues.
No, it's all right. The Commissioner cares, as we all do. I admire his passion and his dedication. Let's talk ethics.
Well, for one, Themis goes far beyond Albion's mandate. We really should have more government consultation.
I see. Delay the launch so that we can debate and assess the details.
We're missing the human element here. I can get the Defense Minister on the line right now.
Well, if you feel you must. It's the human element that got us into this. No more debate, delay, indecision. Understand this. I will not allow anyone, not even myself, to jeopardize Themis. Now, will our friends at Tidus be ready? You are the cornerstone of the project after all. Do you need to consult any outside parties?
No. We'll be ready.
And just in time. Criminals running our streets. Illegals threatening our families. The police commissioner himself. Assassinated by terrorists. Decisiveness is hard. But here's the best part. Once this decision is made, no more will be required of you.
A building-wide security sweep has been initiated due to document breach.
I warned you about that forgery. Your uniform will help. Don't let them get a close look at you.
How the bloody hell do I get out of here, Bangs?
The catacombs, fam.
What is this rubbish? Worthless.
Who are you?
Saw Nigel in action in there, didn't you? No. Be very, persuasive.
Anyone can be with a gun in hand. It's crass. He does seem in a hurry to launch this Themis project. None of what I've heard is comforting. What the hell?
Drinks are on me.
Shit. I don't like this one bit. Down. What on earth was that?